Ladies, gentlemen, and quantum physicists, welcome to what is undoubtedly the most important video you'll watch today, or perhaps in this timeline. A deep dive into Steins Gate, the anime masterpiece you've criminally ignored. That's right, don't give me that look. I know you haven't watched it, because if you had, you'd be a fundamentally different person. Smarter, sharper, probably crying in the corner about the nature of causality. But, alas, Steins Gate is tragically overlooked, left to rot in the obscure corners of anime history, while the rest of you clap like seals for your generic magical girls and idol shows. Well, not today. Today I'm here to educate you. Drag your unwilling, ignorant selves through the intricacies of time travel, existential dread, and what it truly means to hold the reins of fate. For those of you who have been living under a cultural rock, Steins Gate is a sci-fi thriller that dares to do what most shows can't. Use time travel as more than a cheap plot device. It's a story of Rintaro Okabe, a self-proclaimed mad scientist whose greatest invention is a microwave that can send text messages to the past. Yes, a microwave, and before you start scoffing, remember that even the greatest inventions often come from the humblest origins. But Steins Gate isn't just about microwaves or even time travel. It's about consequence, about the ripple effect of every decision you make. It's about watching the world burn because you dared to play God, realizing too late that you were never ready for that responsibility. Let's talk about the characters, because this cast is more complex and layered than your entire personality. First, we have Rintaro Okabe, or Ho Inkyoma, as he insists on calling himself. A chaotic mix of genius, madness, and self-loathing. Okabe isn't your typical anime protagonist. He's not here to save the world or punch bad guys in the face. He's here to mess with the fabric of reality and then cry about the consequences. Frankly, that's more relatable than I'd like to admit. Then there's Kurisu Makise, a brilliant neuroscientist who can run circles around every armchair intellectual you know. She's smart, sarcastic, and somehow still willing to put up with Okabe's nonsense. Their dynamic is the beating heart of the series. A tragic love story wrapped in layers of scientific debate and existential despair. But Steins Gate doesn't stop there. We've got Mayuri, the sweet, innocent glue holding this group of lunatics together. We've got Daru, the perverted hacker who's somehow the most grounded of them all. And let's not forget Suzuha, the time-traveling soldier whose very existence is a paradox. Every character is vital, every interaction meaningful, and every tragedy hits like a freight train because you care about these people. At its core, Steins Gate is a philosophical exploration of time travel. And I don't mean the lazy, oh, we'll fix everything by going back in time nonsense you see in lesser works. No. Steins Gate understands that time travel is a nightmare, a web of endless possibilities, where every choice leads to unimaginable consequences. The show asks the big questions. If you could change the past, should you? If you could save someone you love at the cost of untold suffering for others, would you? And most importantly, can you even live with the weight of these decisions? These are not questions for the faint of heart. But Steins Gate doesn't care about your emotional fragility. It drags you through the muck of human error, and forces you to confront the darkest parts of yourself. And when it's done, it doesn't offer easy answers, because life doesn't work that way. Let's be real for a moment. Most of you can't handle this show, and I don't mean that as an insult. Well, maybe I do. Fact is, Steins Gate is a thinking person's anime. It demands your full attention. It demands that you engage with its science, its philosophy, and its emotional depth. But we live in a world where attention spans are shrinking faster than the Arctic ice caps, so of course Steins Gate remains underappreciated. It's not flashy, it's not easy to digest, it's not going to spoon feed you answers like some toddler's bedtime story. And that's why it's brilliant, because it respects you enough to challenge you. It respects you enough to assume you're capable of critical thought. A gamble that, unfortunately, doesn't pay off for most people. One of the most remarkable aspects of Steins Gate is its use of the world line concept. For the uninitiated, world lines are parallel realities that diverge based on the choices you make. It's a simple idea with infinite complexity. Steins Gate explores it with a depth and nuance that puts most sci-fi to shame. The show's narrative structure is a masterclass in nonlinear storytelling. It jumps between timelines, layering mysteries upon mysteries, until you're left questioning whether reality itself has any meaning. And when the pieces finally click into place, it's like watching the universe unfold before your eyes. So you might ask, is Steins Gate not hailed as the greatest anime of all time? The answer is simple. People are cowards. They're afraid of complexity. They're afraid of stories that demand something from them. They're afraid of admitting they don't understand quantum mechanics. But for those of us who do get it, Steins Gate is a revelation. It's not just an anime. It's an experience. A journey through the darkest corners of human ambition and the brightest sparks of hope. It's a story that breaks you down, piece by piece, then rebuilds you into something stronger. If you haven't watched it, well, what are you even doing with your life? In conclusion, Steins Gate is the anime you don't deserve, but the one you desperately need. It's a masterpiece of storytelling, a triumph of character development, and a devastating exploration of what it means to be human. So do yourself a favor. Watch it. Watch it twice. And then come back here and tell me how wrong you were to ignore it for so long. Because until you do, you're just another cog in the machine, a slave to mediocrity, in a world that could be so much more. Il Psychongru, my friends. Try to keep up.